Hello YouTube, and welcome to this edition of Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. I'm Ronnie Humphrey. Thanks for joining us today. As always, we're going to head up to Arklatex Speedway tonight for a little practice. Ryan's going to take his Pro Mod, and I'm going to take the Super Modified up there and make a few laps in it. It's the 2022 Mike Parker Memorial Race. Mike was a good friend of mine. He passed away several years ago. We have this race every year. It's put on by Justin Whitehead out of Texarkana, Texas. He does a great job, paying $5,000 to win in the factory stock and $5,000 to win in the limited modified. So, ride along with us. Let's see if we can have a little fun. As I was saying, we've got the $5,000 to win factory stock and limited modified race. So we got people all the way from South Texas and everywhere coming up for the race this weekend. It's a 3-night show. They're coming by to pick up some tires and getting them mounted, and they got some over here. So we'll try to get these taken care of before we pull out, and Ryan still got to load his car up. We'll be out here in just a few minutes. We are headed out to the racetrack. Ryan's pulling out. We're going to follow up behind him here. Well, we made it to the track. There is a ton of cars here. It's just Thursday night and there's practice. It is unbelievable how many cars are here, but that's what happens when you pay big money. I'm unloaded. Ryan just showed up. And I hope we can get just a couple of laps on the track. There's so many cars here. We've only got 3 hours. Then they're going to start qualifying. They're paying big money for qualifying tonight. So, see what happens here. back out, was gonna go back out, and the car wouldn't crank up. And I looked down there and I saw that the coil had broke off. This is a coil mount, and it broke off the frame, so I guess it's pulled the wire loose, so we're done. So the track is horrible anyway, I mean just horrible. So instead of tearing something up, we'll go back and fix this and be at Boot Hill in a couple weeks. Well, we left the track early enough to get us in Shane's Barbecue. Best place in the South to eat, so we got parked across the road. We're waiting on Ryan to get here. If you're ever in Shreveport, Louisiana, that's the best seafood and barbecue in the world.
Like that?
Okay, my wife, what are you eating? What is this?
Chicken sausage gumbo.
Chicken sausage gumbo.
The best ever.
The best ever. Ryder's got catfish. My dog-in-law's got catfish. Ryan's got gumbo. Chicken rice.
Red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice, and I got catfish. Delicious, especially that stuff right there. That's Louisiana finest right there. Chicken
and sausage.
Chicken and sausage.
They do have seafood
gumbo
as well, but I don't get that one.
Cajun, baby. Made it home and got everything unloaded. Ryan's unloaded over there. And this is what broke. This is the coil mount, and it just sheared off. So the reason it wouldn't crank is because that was grounding out. So, I mean, this is just wobbling in there. So I gotta figure out how to get this mount here. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. Got to get that. The other pieces are still stuck in here, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. It's going to be a rubber or plastic mount, so that's gonna be a pretty sophisticated little piece, but we'll figure it out. But anyway, wish I could have made a few more louts, but it just wasn't meant to be. All right, it is Friday afternoon, and I'm gonna see if we can get this coil out of here and see if we can build some type of mount. I just had all this stuff apart whenever I did the tachometer. Okay, got the coil out. I'll tell you what, I got enough room to get that. I guess we can leave it right here for right now. I got to figure out how I'm going to fabricate. I think I'm going to actually fabricate one from steel. This thing has probably not been apart in many, many years, and the plastic just got old and just gave up. Okay, there we go. So that's what we have to fabricate. I've got an idea. We're going to make this out of steel, I think, and then insulate it from the frame. So, see if I can get my thinking cap on. We'll come up with something here. Okay, in order to keep this from happening again, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put a flat plate here, just an 1/8 inch plate, rectangle plate. Then, where this was straddling there, we're just going to weld 2 pieces of metal. That'll give it a lot more solid mount. We'll get rid of these long bolts. We'll just use short bolts to go through that point. Then we'll just insulate it off the frame here with a piece of plastic. So I think that'll give enough give. I mean, these things are pretty tough, and I know the rubber keeps it vibrating, but this is hard. I mean, that's as hard as what steel would have been anyway. So I think we're going to fabricate all this from scratch, and I think that'll be a lot sturdier and shouldn't be an issue in the future now. I think we just get something about 4 inches, really just 4 by 2 will be plenty. And the ears on this end can extend just a little bit further, further from the top to the bottom, so that won't matter. So let's get a 4 by 2 piece of metal, and then we'll find something to make our ears out of. I was digging around here in my scrap piece, and I was going to use this. This is a 4-link bracket off and modified. Look here, I said, looky there. There's a piece of 2 inch, and I think it's 5 inches long. That's perfect. So we may take this piece here for our uprights but this will get us in the ballpark. I'm gonna make this 4 1/4, just a little bit longer. It's like a drunk person cut it, perfect. So that's what they got a grinder for. All right, I think that'll work. Our pieces here need to be about 2.5 inches long, and we got plenty enough here, so we'll make 2 pieces 2.5. There. And right there. What the plan is here, we're going to weld these 2 tabs on like that. And then that'll can go on now. I guess you'll get the picture. But we'll weld these on. We'll use this to determine our spacing, and then we won't drill the holes until we get the right height. You can see now how that's going to look. We'll drill the holes through there. Got this welded up there now. Pretty nice looking beads there for stitch welding. But there we go. So this will mount like that. And then we can use these little plates here to give us the spacing we need on the side of our plates here. So it's be pretty simple. So we'll get these drilled and get it knocked out. I'll be right back with you. Got our 4 holes drilled. Coil should go in there and bolted up. Then we'll mark where we want these other holes drilled, and that'll be it. Hey, look at there. We simply put it there against the frame, mark our holes, take everything apart, and re-drill it. Get this up here now. Get it marked. Now we've got our holes marked. Take it all back apart, drill the holes and mount it. After put a little paint, it'll be done. All right, we got this puppy finished up, so we're gonna let it dry overnight. We'll get out here and see if we can get it mounted in the morning. Well, it's Saturday morning and our piece is dried very nice. It's so hot here, it had plenty of opportunities to dry, so we'll go ahead and mount this. I can find the hole here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lock washer and a locking nut both on here. It's kind of a tight fit down here trying to get this thing fed in here. All right, see if we can get our 2 ground wires on here now. We don't have much room to get these wires in here. Got them started now. these tightened up. All right, the last thing we're going to do is tighten up the coil to the bracket. All right, you can see the bracket now that we made here. And I ended up not putting any rubber in here because this is actually is a vibration material here, so it'll be all right without the rubber. Well, I tell you, there's not much room in there, but I think we'll be good to go. Well, here's all the pieces that we replaced, all this broken plastic, and these will be Mickey Mouse little small mounting screws, and these plates here, so we have something solid now that should work. So, I don't know, I can try to crank it. Let's hope to see if this thing will crank. Another project completed. Now we can head back to the track next opportunity we get. Well, I hate we didn't get to make but just a couple of laps the other night, but we got this problem fixed and we'll be ready for the next time we head out to the track and do a little playtime. As always, I greatly appreciate you guys watching this episode. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and neighbors about the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you next time on Race Car Fabrication and Restoration. God bless you. You take care.